Hey guys, it's the Junior Coder. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to position with the grid system in TKinter. So let's get right into it. So this is actually part 2 of the TKinter series. In the last tutorial, we did this piece of code. So first, of course, we import TKinter. So from TKinter, we import star, which means everything. So every single file and module. Then we define a root, which is the actual window. So root equals capital T, lowercase k, it's a class. And then we learned mostly about labels. So you can name it whatever you want. And then you set it to the label class. Here we pass some parameters. So these are only 2 of many parameters that you can pass to the label class. But if you don't pass them, they're automatically set to its default value. So let's go over them. So root is where you want to actually put this label, what window. So you can have more than one window in TKinter. We'll get more into that later. Then we did text equals, and then here we pass strings, and then we just basically said hello world. So we have a few more, so I'll just go over like 2 more in this tutorial, but we'll get more into these later in this series. So we have foreground and background. So we don't actually type foreground, we just type FG, and for background we type BG. Then you can set it to a color. We won't actually do that in this tutorial, we'll do that in the next few tutorials. So now that we have it defined, we have to actually put it on the screen. So we learned that it's a 2-step process. So first you define it. So this line 5, we defined it. Then line 7, we pack it onto the screen. So this is only one way to put something on the screen. So as I said, pack is useful. It's okay, but if you want more control over where you want to put that specific widget, you want to use the second one, which we'll be going over in this tutorial. So it is actually called grid. So grid, you can pass 2 parameters, row and column. So right now, let's just replace this with grid. And as I said, 2 parameters. So row, we won't actually pass it yet, just row equals, and then column equals. So row and column. So they both start in 0, and then you can go up to whatever you want. So we'll just, for now, we'll just do 0 and 0. When we run this, the label widget should be put on the top left corner of our screen or window. So now let's run. As you see, right here is top left. We can see it's on the left, but we can't actually see it's on the top. So when we resize it, unlike the grid system, unlike the pack system, sorry, it stays where it is. So if we do pack, let me just show you. Pack. You don't pass anything, run. So okay, it's in the center, but if you resize it, it moves and it stays in the top center of the screen. But with grid, it stays where you put it, which is really powerful. So let's go back to row, column. Okay, column 0, row 0. So we can't actually see the full power of grid just by this example. We'll have to have more than one widget. Okay, so it says here that there are more than one of the same, so we'll just do label 1 and 2. Here we'll do label 1, label 2. So we won't put them in the same place. We'll actually do row 1, column 1. Run this. So they're both the same text, so let's just make it easier so we know which one is label 1 and 2. Just replace hello world with a name. So now let me resize it. Okay, so they stay where they are. Label 1 is row 0, column 0. So row 0 is this on the top. Column 0 is right here on the left. So top and left, top left corner is label 1, And label 2 is just row 1 and column 1. So one beside the other. So as you can see, it's kind of diagonal. But so if I do row 1 column 0, let's see what happens now. As you can see, they're both on the same column, but one is row 0, sorry, and one is row 1. So that's the power of the grid system. You'll want to use grid most of the time, but sometimes you just have one widget, like in the last tutorial. So we just have one widget, and you don't really care about having the control over where you want to put that widget. So you'll just use pack. You just pack in there. It's really simple. So yeah, that'll be it for this tutorial. If you learned something, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Keep a lookout for more videos in this TKinter series. And I'll see you next time. Bye.